You may question my methods, but you can never question my results. Welcome to I Slept with Some Housewives. It's your boy Duality, and I know today's a little different because we're missing our girl Hazelnuts, but there's a reason why she's not here. She doesn't live with me. And we're also not talking about Beverly Hills. Again, I promise you we'll do a recap on that one. But we are here to talk about a few things, two things. One, the lovely trailer for The Real Housewives of Atlanta dropped, season 17. And then two, we're going to get to the bows of it all. Like, should you be able to buy your kid a car? You know, that type of car? But, let's go ahead and get some refreshing. This is Spindrift. No, it's not sponsored. I just, I kind of like little situations, and shout out to Spindrift. But again, my name's Duality, and this is I Slept with Some Housewives. You may question my methods, but you can never question my results. I already mentioned that it's a special edition, and Hazelnuts is not here because she does not live with me. And we already talked about our two topics. So let's get into the next part. Gotta be careful because, I don't have a maid. I have to clean these things up. My first thoughts on the new season of season 17 is it looks interesting, although season 16 looked interesting. I am still very upset that you allowed a person who deemed Britt Edie that she wasn't coming to the reunion to allow Kenya Moore, who was great for television for many moons, many seasons. And through all of her trials and tribulations, she actually came back to the show. She's another Detroit girlie like Stacey. My Detroit girls, you got my heart. Like, I don't care. You can do no wrong in my eyes unless you actually do wrong, and then you go to jail. But I ain't got to worry about that because, you ain't did that. Y'all good. Y'all usually just a little bit more dramatic and stuff because, that's what we do when we from the D. That you're born and raised in. Anyway, the thing that does concern me about the season is why, maybe they're trying to carry over a theme, but season 16's promos did the same thing. Like, I'm up here like, why is it that in season 16, y'all was like in animal, cheetah print, leopard, then you carried it over to this one? It was a little odd for me. I didn't particularly care for it. I didn't like it. I didn't love it. I wish they would have did something else with it. But we're here. We can't really complain about that. Now, before we get into the actual storylines and the drama, we're going to go ahead and focus on the actual cast. So from left to right, we have Phaedra, Drew, Pinky, who's a newcomer. Pinky Cole is a newcomer. She is the owner of Slutty Vegan. If you've never heard of Slutty Vegan, check it out. I'm not doing research, y'all. I'm not about to go ahead and read her resume. I'm lazy in that way. I do want to give great production value when it comes to this type of stuff, but I don't have time to let me look up her resume. I'm going off at the top of my head, and if I don't know. What I can tell you is Angela tried to make a sly comment about her having short hair. I love a black woman that has short hair. I love a black woman that has any hair, honestly, because I have no hair. But my best friend Chelsea has short hair. My mother has short hair. She did recently grow it back. But growing up, that was one of the things she said. It's like, why do I want to spend 18 hours, not really, but my mother's very dramatic and that's where I get it from, hours in the shop when I can just, get a taper and be done. And granted, she had locks and then she made her hair short and that was the end of it. And I loved her mini fro and I loved it to this day. And she's grown her locks back out, which I think are so precious and so cute. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Like when Angela came through on the trailer, it was like, okay, Mr. Clean. Mr. Clean's bald. Mr. Clean doesn't have short hair. He's bald. I was Mr. Clean for Halloween last year. She ain't bald. Angela, I like you, but I pray your reads are better. Like, some of your reads were diabolical last season. Just like, Kelly asking questions to Portia. So, whose man did you sit? Like, I want that. And Babe had made a very valid point. Like, there's a show called, what is it? The Valley Shaw Style, or there's a show called The Valley Shaw. It used to be, a different show back in the day. But anyway, a lot of people are very much upset that Bravo is giving people a platform that don't need a platform. One of the reasons why I think Beverly Hills is great is that it's the opulence. And I hope that Bravo gets back to nothing against the everyday working person, but like I did something on Summer House. We don't have a lot of black people on television in the main media. I love Summer House because I get to see different people, different jobs. Jordan is in media. She's a DJ. She was a playmate. That's kind of how they all came together. Okay, that storyline makes sense. Preston's an attorney. He fights for civil rights. He fights for tons of different things. And ultimately, I want something that's not I don't want to say easily grasped, because when I want to watch TV, I want to disassociate from reality. That's one of the reasons why we watch the drama. And I think when you give everybody the show of, well, I want to act like this, but I'm better than you, and you're not better than those people, it's like, okay. That's one of the reasons why Beverly Hills hits the way that it does, is because they don't talk about their wealth. And again, I've mentioned this before, it's called stealth wealth, where they just exist. They just are who they are. Now, again, getting back to the cast, we have Phaedra, we have Drew, we have Pinky Cole, we have Angela. Again, the little lame joke that she said about Pinky. Maybe that's why they let her say that. I don't know. Then we have Kelly, and I love Kelly with her little Nana's waffles and chicken waffles. She's so cute with a little small self. We have Shamia, but I have to take a pause. We have K. Michelle. Now, I do have to say this. I don't know why. It's one of those things that plays in my mind. Like, at my job, there are different positions I've applied for, and it's like, no, you're not ready for it. Anybody can do anything. So y'all told K. Michelle that she could not be on this platform. For why? She is going to give the best television, mark my words.
Since there are several different Real Housewives shows, the newest season release depends on which one you're asking about. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 17, premieres on April 5th on Bravo.
If we put this person in there, it's going to be really awesome. They should have put K. Michelle in there in season 16 when they did this hiatus. I think it would have been epic. Maybe she didn't want to be a part of it because she had her own things going on. We're going to get into storylines in a moment. And last but not least, we got Portia. I am only going to focus on the storylines that actually matter. And when I say matter, like, there's some storylines that's like the petty drama between two people. I don't care about that. K. Michelle, to me, important. She's a black woman in country. One of the reasons why Beyonce did what she did, won the Grammys that she won, was because she genre hopped. And typically when people genre hop, they don't do well. There's an interview with K. Michelle sitting down with some woman, and the woman's like, well, since you're new to country. And she's like, no, you do this all the time. I'm not new to country. I am country. And she read her and got her together. And I'm like, there we go. I appreciate K. Michelle. And, I didn't watch a lot of Love and Hip Hop, but I have seen a few of her songs. VSOP was one of my favorites. Shout out to you, K. Michelle. I can't sing, so I'm not going to hurt y'all ears because, some of y'all listen to the podcast versus the YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, both. Share with a friend. If they like Housewives, do it. It's not bad. And I will say that ultimately, I think the season is going to be great. Obviously, Portia was dating two people, a gentleman and a girl, and now she's leaning more into the girl. I do believe that they've wrapped filming before this part we'll go ahead and see. I also feel like they're going to go a back way and do what they did with Karen, where they're going to drip feed Nene in because they finished filming. And, the first entry is the Ultimate Girls Trip, where they're going around from different cities to cities. But I'm happy that Nene's coming back. I'm happy that, I don't want to say that people aren't realizing that she's bigger, or that Bravo isn't realizing she's bigger than the program, because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody has a space and a place. I sometimes think that people have to take a breather from something to appreciate it. I'm writing a book. It's called Dual Infinity. The second book is called Chaotic Tragedy. The first book is about having power. The book is about the loss of power. So if you're a sci-fi lover, fantasy lover, check it out. It'll be out hopefully soon. Nate's mom is helping me edit it. So I really do love Mom for helping me, but neither here nor there. So I'm going to throw that away. Now, the next thing that I have to talk about is Bose. I'm on the Bose train. So if you have anything negative to say about Bose, this is probably the time where you want to leave the chat, because first and foremost, how dare you tell somebody that they can't spend the money that they earned on what they're going to earn for? So I said this in the previous episode, or the first episode of I Slept With Some Housewives. Bose is trying to get pregnant naturally via like in vitro fertilization, where she is essentially hoping that Keely's eggs and her eggs will take. She's almost to 50. Kenya did. It was a little bit different. One moment.
That would be Bozoma St. John, the marketing executive who's been on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. She was born on January 21st, 1977, which makes her 49 years old.
So Kenya Moore had a baby almost at 50, and her baby's healthy and fine. And I will tell you that I understand why Bose wants to have the baby naturally before involving a surrogate. She's 49 years old, and the doctor told her all those different things. And Bose is a woman that has been through it. She has been through it, and you can tell that she's been through it. And she doesn't let a lot of things bother her, but she does question things. One thing that upsets me, is it an issue because she's a woman who's powerful? Is it an issue because she's a black woman? Or is it an issue because she ain't asked y'all to buy her stuff? Like, help me understand. Because her buying a Maserati for her 16-year-old kid is her buying. She ain't come to us. She ain't do no GoFundMe, no crowdfunding, no hands out, no asking for donations. So what is the issue? Because I'm sorry. Other people have done that for their kids on Bravo, and y'all ain't said nothing. Especially during Black History Month, it's kind of odd. But my opinion. It's my opinion. I don't even know who said that. I didn't watch that season or that series of Housewives, so go figure. But Amanda, you kind of low key said something, and it kind of makes me wonder. And yes, Amanda, my millennial sister, I am coming for you right now. Amanda Francis, my love, make 2 plus 2 make sense. You said that you feel like Bose is jealous of you because of a failed thing classes. Not everybody can do something. Now, maybe you think that it's cool to say that, but Bose ain't jealous of you. If she was jealous of you, she would have said she's jealous of you. She ain't got no reason to be jealous of you. At all. Period. In the great words of Chanel. Ayan. Period. Dot. She's not jealous of you. Bose has a resume that topples most women on national television, let alone the Housewives. That's the statement. I'm not going on after that. That's the statement. When Housewives try to bigger back and forth, Apple Music, she did that. Pepsi, she did that. I literally can go down the list. She's a marketing genius. That's it. That's the end of it. Period. So I want to go ahead and end it right now. And again, this has been Duality, and this has been I Slept with Some Housewives. Because again, y'all, I hope that when I watch Atlanta, I don't fall asleep. But I usually fall asleep on the Housewives of Atlanta, and I fall asleep on all of them because they're interesting. It's not that they're not interesting. I just be working so much. I'd be so tired. And I should probably not wake up so early. But y'all have a great day. And please tune in, like, share, subscribe. If you like this kind of content, like, share, subscribe. Trust me, you will not regret it. I'll be doing more of things like this. If you want deep dives, what have put it in the comments. Who knows? Maybe I might dive deep into, some spindrift and then, do a little bit of research about these women. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all have a wonderful night. Take care. Duality out.